Right, let's get on with showbiz already. Noella, good evening.
Hi, Israel. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. So let's begin with Eagle Prophet's doom prophecy about Kwame Eugene. Well, for those of you who haven't heard, well, he says that Kwame Eugene might end up like the late Ebony, as in his vision, he saw Kwame Eugene traveling to his hometown, and he was involved in a very fatal accident. So that's what according to him he saw. Yeah. And Kwame Eugene has reacted to that, and when I was talking to him, he told me, look, I don't want to talk about it, but I found some way to get some things out of him. And for him, he says, look, he's coming from a very spiritual background. His family is very spiritual, and they always pray for him.
What's behind this whole thing? But I mean, who accepts bad news and go like, yo, I've gotten the bad news, I'm okay? I mean, every mom will shake a little. That is why I think reasonably people should just calm down how you put information out there. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, not for anything. He's a young boy, and the kind of words that come out of certain people's mouths.
Who's the young guy, the prophet?
Me. And the kind of words that comes out of certain people's mouths sometimes is dangerous. But all I'll say is, if you feel I need this, you need to pray for me. But I'm from a family that is godly as well. So you're praying. I don't want to talk about this thing. Yeah, let's slide.
So what, did mommy call you when she heard about it?
Called me, but I'm cool. I'm cool, crap. God is able.
Yeah, and yes, I'd also say God is in control.
Yeah, God is in control, of course.
He has nothing to
he has a new single out, Obiato.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a controversial title. I'm sure you'll agree with me. But, a lot of showbiz critics are not too enthused about that song. Some say that, it looks like his beats are the same. Almost all the beats of his songs are the same.
Okay.
A lot of people also have the opinion that it looks like he doesn't want to challenge himself. He's always, staying in his comfort zone to, release these songs. And so I asked him about these criticisms and how he takes them. And he says, look, I'm not too perturbed about these criticisms because many a times people that criticize him do not know jack about music.
Most of these comments come from people who haven't been entered a booth before. Yeah, it's quite funny. So we don't take it serious. Before you tell somebody to stop playing some very kind of football, you need to be a coach to direct me when, you can't just bring panelists who talk about entertainment and go like, yo, he's done this, he's done that. And if you give them a microphone or if you give them something to teach about music, they absolutely know nothing. One was even saying that my song sounds similar, like this one sounds like the song I previously released. I'm like, yo, that's a big lie. This is a 3-step music. This one go ka 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 ka. And Angela is pa 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 pa. It is two different things altogether. And so like I was telling you, a lot of people tend to say things that they don't even understand and they have no idea. But it's because they have the opportunity to say and the public listens, they go ahead and say things.
So I read somewhere that you said you don't want Ghanaians to forget you. Is that right?
That's actually wrong. I keep saying that these things that I'm saying is not for just myself. It's for every other musician right now and our descendants. I mean, those who are coming to continue whatever we will leave behind. So if people say that I'm scared that people will stop listening to my music, it's not for just me. This thing, it's in the system. It happens to everyone who lives around, everyone who is into this media world. You get to some level and people would want to replace you.
All right.
It's true though, he has a point. I mean, it gets to a point where, you're not going to reign forever.
And to some sad news, Lionheart movie has been disqualified on the Oscars. And from what we understand, for a movie to qualify for the international feature category, first of all, it doesn't have to be produced in America, and the dialogues must not be in English. And unfortunately, Lionheart, most part of the dialogues are in English, so
I would say it's all lost though, because the amount of publicity Lionheart is getting as a result of this is huge, and I see them winning a lot more.
Plus, it's still on Netflix, so
yeah.
Biggest legacy I will leave for posterity is you, my daughter.
Direct Directed by and starring Genevieve Inaji, who has been called the Julia Roberts of Nigeria, Lionheart has earned strong reviews. But the film, which is currently streaming on Netflix, is mostly in English, running afoul of an Academy rule that entries in the freshly renamed International Feature Film category must have a predominantly non-English dialogue track. All but roughly 11 minutes of the 95-minute film about a woman trying to keep her father's company afloat in a male-dominated world are in English. Lionheart was one of 10 African films officially submitted for Oscar consideration this year, a record for the continent. With the disqualification, the number of films in contention for the award has dropped from 93 to 92. The film is still eligible to be considered in other Oscar categories. The Academy's decision, which was communicated via email to Oscar voters, was first reported by the RAP.
Or risk losing everything.
If we have to fight this war, we have to fight it together, unless we want to lose.
It is no more.
So the good news is it's still eligible for other, categories, but not just the,
But like I said, I like the fact that it's been talked about.
All right, I agree.
All right, thank you very much, Noella, for bringing us Showbiz Prime.